All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Monday night. Another edition of Knicks Offseason Central, the number one source for Knicks news, Knicks rumors, and fan reactions to all of it, man. CP the Fanchise here on the Solo Dolo. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. On tonight's show, did the Knicks finally get a wing? We're going to talk about who is Dylan Windler. I'm not going to botch these names tonight. Plus, Spider Mitchell, man. Could a Spider Mitchell trade be looming? We're going to get into ESPN's comments on the matter. That and a couple more tidbits on this rapid fire live stream, man. So lock in, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Subscribe to the channel and share these videos, man. The number one Knicks podcast, number one show for the fans, by the fans, Knicks Fan TV. Salute, salute, salute. Yeah, back at it. Salute, man. Okay, here we go. Rapid fire live here. A couple of tidbits have come across the newswire late this evening. Number one, Knicks have signed former first-round pick Dylan Windler to a two-way deal. Dylan Windler, first-round pick by the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2019 draft. Was not brought back by the Cavaliers. Spent all 4 seasons with the Cavs. Wasn't brought back at the end of last season. Market making him a free agent and able to sign wherever he chooses to. Now, he does have 4 years in the league, which in most cases would prevent him from signing a two-way deal with the Knicks. However, he did miss his entire rookie campaign due to injury, and so that is the asterisk there that qualified him for this 2-year deal. Now, earlier when the deal was announced that they had signed him, remember the Knicks already had 3 two-way contracts on their roster. That is the most that you can have on your roster. They had Trevor Keels, who was a rollover from last year. They signed Jalen Martin from the Overtime Elite, and last week they signed Nathan Knight. No relation to Nathan Tucker, his cousin, Nathan Knight, to the two-way deal from the Minnesota Timberwolves. So they had 4 guys, but then it was later announced today that they waived Trevor Keels and also waived Dwayne Washington. So to make room for Windler, they got rid of Keels and also got rid of Washington. So the Windler era begins here, and we'll see what he can do, man. We'll see what he can do. Now, most likely he'll be in the G League, but if he can, make some noise here with this rotation, or maybe in the future, we shall see, man. This was his NBADraft.net draft profile back in 2019. It said a mid-major lefty swingman. Hey, Knicks love lefties. NBA comparison, Rasul Butler. Rest in peace to Rasul Butler. Was still a capable role player in the league. It said Windler's superb shooting display. Shot it in many different ways. He nailed 100 threes as a senior, 43% from downtown on 7 attempts, a healthy dose, 43% in his junior year as well, 40 as a sophomore. Great at coming off the screens, floating to the corners, getting open shots, needs very little time to catch and set up for a shot. He's left-handed release, can sometimes catch defenders off guard, plays fast-paced at Belmont, shooting a lot of threes in transition, likes to get out in transition, likes to rebound and get out in transition. Likes to cut off ball as well. So, a scrapper. A scrapper who can potentially shoot some threes, which this Knicks team could certainly need. Now, is he going to get playing time anytime soon? Don't count on it. But, hey, I think this is a player worth taking a flyer on. Certainly better than taking a flyer on Trevor Keels, who had no chance with this team and just wasn't any good. Let's just keep it a buck. We wish him well. Good luck, but I'm not sure what the Knicks saw in picking Trevor Keels with the 42nd pick in the draft. I'm not going to go too crazy over second-round picks, but at the end of the day, it was a terrible pickup. It was a terrible pickup. I have no idea what they saw in the kid. So they cut Keels. Good luck to him. They pick up Windler, take a flyer on him, and we'll see what he can do. Now, one of the reasons why he was out there and available is because he can't stay healthy. In 4 seasons, the kid's played 84 games. So played 31 in 2021, played 50 in 21-22, and played 3 last year. So there that is. can't stay healthy. Ankle injuries, hamstring injuries, he's going to have to prove that he can stay on the court before you even think about getting him some playing time. So we'll see. Maybe he gets an opportunity. I highly doubt it, but certainly for Westchester, good for them. All right. So what do you guys think in the chat, man? Dylan Windler, we got a wing. We needed a wing. We got a wing. And it's pretty lackluster, but we'll see if Dylan Windler can catch lightning in a bottle. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. So JJ said, can he walk? Cantone said, we just signing anybody at this point. We just signing anybody at this point. Yeah, it's pretty lackluster, man. But hey, listen, the Miami Heat had a couple of guys who, for the most part, for some teams were pretty lackluster. Gabe Vincent certainly made a name for himself. Max Strus was a guy who was in and out of the G League and made a name for himself in their playoff run. And so, look, if you're able to scout talent well and they fit what you want to do, if they fit what your organization is looking to do, both offensively and defensively, you might be able to catch something. You just never know. So we're not going to write them off just yet, but certainly an uphill climb for one Dylan Windler as he cracks this Knicks squad. But hey, congratulations to him, man. Congratulations to him. Who else is in the chat here? Salute to our loyal Fanchise channel members in here. Christopher Blake, the Windler era. He's looking forward to it. He's excited. Russell Whiskey, what's good? Salute. Dark Matter RA. Salute, man. Salute to the Hoteps. Son from Brooklyn. Salute. He says Dylan Tucker. Nah, I was not going to mess that up this time. I made sure I had the name right, first name, last name, the enunciations, everything proper. Okay? Johnny in the chat says, do we still have Rokas? Yeah, we still have Rokas. Listen, Rokas Jokubaitis is probably never going to play for the Knicks. So let's just, and if he does, it'll probably be a long way away from now. It was just announced that he just signed a contract extension with Barcelona. I spoke to my guy, Rafael Barlow, who scouts Europe quite extensively. He says he looks good out there, but he's not coming over here. So Rokas isn't coming out over here. We got more than enough guards anyway. So don't hitch your wagon to a Rokas Jokubaitis. Right now, he's just draft rights, and that's all he is right now for this for this Knicks team. Rokas is not coming here anytime soon. All right, so it's just a name at this point, just a name. Jean March says, CP, does he play defense? That's a good question. I'm not so sure. Based on the scouting reports I read, I haven't seen much on his defense, but it's really the 40% from three that I'm more intrigued about. But at 6'7", 6'8", hey, if he can play a little bit of defense, if he can scrap a little bit, why not? Why not? So we'll see what happens there. Somebody said John Talento's not in the chat. Yeah, Talento never misses a show. He was on with us at the NBA Report earlier today. We had a great show on the NBA Report, chopping it up on the Phoenix Suns off season. But no Talento in the chat right now. But all good either way. So that's that on the Dylan Windler era. Look, if you guys want to tap in on the Discord, I'll keep the Discord open for a little bit. We won't open up the phone lines, but we'll have the Discord open for a little bit if you guys want to tap in there. Now, Spider Mitchell, one Donovan Mitchell, man. Could Donovan Mitchell be potentially traded by the Cleveland Cavaliers? Maybe at the deadline, maybe next offseason. Here is what the guys at the Hoops Collective, Brian Windhorst, Tim Bontemps, and Tim McMahon, thought about Spider Mitchell's situation with the Cleveland Cavaliers, because he is eligible for a contract extension. The question is, will he sign it? Let's hear what these guys had to say, courtesy of the Hoop Collective on ESPN. Here it is.
But this is kind of a make or break year for the Cavs. Do you think he signs an extension right now?
I think there's no chance he signs. I don't think there's any chance he signs an extension there ever. And if it was up to me, I would trade Donovan Mitchell today, because I don't think the Cavs are getting as far as they hope to next year. And I don't think he's going to extend. And I think they'll get a lot more for him with 2 summers left than they will with 1 summer left. Now, I also am fully aware that's not what they're going to do. And I understand why they're not going to do it, because you perfectly laid out, I think, McMahon, what their thought process was making the deal and where they sit. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. But me personally, looking at it, I think it's more likely they lose in the first round than 2 rounds. And in that scenario, I don't really see any world where Donovan Mitchell wants to stay there after next season. And to me, I'd be looking at it now and saying, all right, well, if we flip him for a bunch of stuff now, we can start to figure out exactly the kind of team we want to have around these 3 guys and put ourselves in as good a position as possible 3 or 4 years from now to contend. Now, I understand anybody thinking otherwise.
So Donovan doesn't extend, and I'm sure he'll get asked about it at media day, and I'm sure he'll have a very good answer and maybe even a hedge answer. And that'll be interesting, but he knows how to handle these situations before. He handled it before in Utah. I don't expect him to make any proclamation. I expect him to kick the ball down the field.
All right. So that was the Hoop Collective, courtesy of ESPN. These guys chiming in on Spider Mitchell. So if you look at Spider's contract situation right now with the Cleveland Cavaliers, this was a contract that was carried over that he signed his rookie max extension with the Utah Jazz. So he's making 32.6 in this upcoming season, then 34.8, and then a player option for 37. So the question is, does he opt in? Highly doubtful. But does he sign the extension like most of these guys do? Get the bag, secure your future, then request a trade. Now, the only issue is you lose your leverage in those situations, right? He hasn't logged in those years with the Cleveland Cavaliers to say, well, trade me to where I want to go. So does he take the money and then risk losing his leverage down the road if he wants to bail? Does he take the money to stay? Or does he play this thing through the final 2 years, putting more pressure on the Cavaliers to say, hey, are you staying? Are you going? And if not, we got to make a move, as these guys said, to build towards our future. So Spider and the Cavs is going to be an interesting situation to watch. I still have to think he's going to be still highly positioned on the Knicks radar. I've been saying it for months since he's been going to the Cavaliers. I never ruled out the Knicks. You know, a lot of people sent me this soundbite today, but to me, it's nothing new, man. You guys that have been watching this show have known we've been talking about it for months that, you know, Spider and Embiid are still at the top, high on top of the Knicks list. And I have to think that, Spider wants to come here. I would have to think that. No, who wants to stay in Cleveland, man? The place is a dump. So we'll see. We shall see what happens there. Does Cleveland, I don't see him being traded this season. There's no way Cleveland, having gotten rid of a lot of draft picks and young players, marketing to go get Donovan Mitchell and try to compete in the East, I don't think they'll bail on that plan just yet. Maybe after this season, upcoming season, maybe the rumors will start to ratchet up a little bit more. And because they'll certainly have some decisions to make, especially if he does not plan on signing an extension there. So what do you guys think about that? You know, but a lot of teams have the wherewithal to go get him. I like a team like OKC, man. Not necessarily to trade for Spider, but just that they position themselves very, very well to not just compete with a young team in the West, but have the flexibility, have the wherewithal to go out there and make a big splash if they really wanted to, man. They have a lot of talent, a lot of young players, and with Chet coming into the fold now, the OKC is going to be very interesting to watch, man, as a current unit and for the future as they look to build. And, you know, that's just one team that just, you know, is randomly in my head just as far as, how they're going to build and compete for the future, because they have some promising young talent. Absolutely. So, you know, some of you guys are tired of the Spider Watch. I for one am as well, but I think it's just a realistic possibility that him and the Knicks are not completely finished. And if you don't think this Cleveland Cavaliers team is going to make much noise, as these guys don't think, I don't particularly think so either. Even with the upgrades that they made to their bench, I think he's coming. I think he's coming, man. So That's just that. But salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CP the Fanchise here. Knicks off-season central. A quick rapid-fire edition of the show. As he's talking about free agency, man, how about our boy Kevin Knox? Kevin Knox is still out there, man. No one has picked up Kevin Knox as yet. What do you think? Is anybody going to pick up Corner Boy Kev? Does anybody want Corner Boy Kev? Anybody? Last seen on the Portland Trailblazers, Corner Boy Kev is just out there in the corner, man. He's looking for a job. Teamless at the moment. So, certainly interesting there. How about Frank Ntilikina, a former Knicks pick, also out there on the streets right now looking for a home and looking for somewhere to play ball. Tough, man. Absolutely tough. Two Knicks draft picks sitting on the sidelines in their early careers. Not a good look. Certainly not a good look for the organization. And unfortunate for those guys. No homes at the moment. I think Frank probably goes back to Europe. Maybe goes back to France. Probably his best bet. Go to the Euroleague. And maybe he finds a better position there. Kev as well. I think both those guys end up going to Europe, man. Hey, there's opportunities everywhere all around the world. See, Dwight Howard found a home in Taiwan. His name came up in the news recently. He's pretty sketchy details on that. But, I think those guys maybe go overseas to continue their playing career. But for the Knicks, look, obviously with Brunson and everything, things are good and they had a good year and things like that. But you look at these lottery whiffs. Obi, gone. Look at the last couple of years. RJ's your only lottery pick left. The last couple of years, your lottery picks just have not, this is what I mean, your lottery picks have not been able to move your franchise forward in terms of blooming into all-stars or potentially superstars. Tough. That's tough, man. That is absolutely tough. So, good luck to them. We'll see where they end up. Also in the news, Kemba has found a home in the EuroLeague as he signs with AS Monaco. Kemba Walker extending his career going overseas to ball out. Mr. Clark says Kemba went overseas too. Yeah, and this one garnered a little bit of controversy, man, because on Twitter, you have this Twitter account called NBA Memes, very popular, half a million followers. People like the memes. We like the dumb stuff. We like the foolery. So NBA Memes put out a tweet on Kemba, says, sad how Kemba went from all-star to overseas player. Now, this one garnered a lot of attention, 684 quoted retweets from some pretty prominent names in basketball that were really going at this account, man. Here's our guy, Mark Jones, friend of the program. He says, sad, ? He's going to be playing for the third best team in EuroLeague, AS Monaco, living in south of France and getting a nice tax-free bag. I've been to Monaco. Kemba is winning. Nicholas Batum, it's not given to every good player to move to the third best team in EuroLeague and live in south of France. Knowing the level of competition in EuroLeague, it's a pretty good move after what Kemba went through, so on and so forth. Fran Fraschilla, a kid from the Bronx, his career earnings of approximately $200 million, was consistently among the top 100 in the world before injury and now playing in Monaco. This is not sad. So a lot of people really, going in on this account. I think my only reply would be, it's a meme account. The account is here. It says squarely in the bio, a parody. This is a parody account. It's a joke, people. Don't take it so serious. He's going to Monaco. What do you mean it's sad? I mean, lighten up a little bit is my reaction to this. I mean, come on, man. People take this thing way too harshly. Look, congratulations to Kemba. Glad he's on his feet. He wants to continue playing. He doesn't have to. Obviously, he wants to. Yeah, they're right. He's going to Monaco. He's going to play. He's going to further his career. But let's be real. The NBA is the pinnacle. It is the creme de la creme. This is what the kids dream to play and to aspire to. All right, this is a fallback plan for Kemba. And it is what it is. We knew that when he came to the Knicks, he was on the downside. His knee was degenerative. He was never going to come back to being the player who he once was. So it's just a matter of time, unfortunately. Now you hope he goes over there. He plays well. You see guys like Mike James making a name for themselves, and you hope he makes a longer career. But let's not act like, this is some sort of dream. Like, come on, man. Like let's lighten up a little bit. But yeah, good luck to Kemba, man. He's a good dude, and hope it works out for him. And hey, maybe recruit Frank and Kevin Knox with you, man. They're out there looking for jobs, so maybe it works out for them. All right? Maybe it works out for them. Who else we got in the chat, man? Who else we got? Salute. Scion Hall says CP's 33 and a bad knee. NBA career is over. Yeah, it's over. It's over. But, let's not act like he tried several times to finish in the NBA. He went to the Mavs. He tried with the C's. He tried with the Knicks. But yeah, Monaco, yeah. It's a great life, man. Go ahead. Do what you do. So, anyway, good show. Everybody, man, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Dylan Windler coming to the Knicks. What do you guys think about that, man? Trevor Keels out of here. Good luck to him. And we'll wait for any Fournier news, man. But if any news comes about, you guys know where to keep it locked to, man. Number one show for the fans by the fans. Number one Knicks podcast for the fans by the fans. KnicksFanTV. Remember to support our sponsors. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code KFTV for 20% off. Plus free shipping. Remember that this show is available in audio podcasts as well, man. So no reason to miss it. If you can't watch it on YouTube, you want to save your battery, your data plan, whatever it is, you want to save your minutes, listen to it in podcast format. But salute to the replay gang. Either way, salute to the replay gang. Nip80 says, where's Iggy? That's a good question. I have no idea. Where's Ignas Brazdeikis playing ball these days? We know he will be playing in the FIBA World Cup for Lithuania, and as well as Rokas Jakubaitis and Mindaugas Kuzminkis. They'll be playing together. So Lithuania's got a little squad there. They got a little squad. All right. So anyway, man, like I said, if anything goes through, you know where to keep it locked to, man. Have a great night, people. I'm out of here. Peace.